believe that is car owned, I believe, by Mark Woodruff. And Andrew Handress from Dix Hills, New York. The Handress family has been competing with nitrous oxide for as long as they have been competing in Pro Mod, and they continue to be a nitrous car, 959-incher. Looking for that Voss Wheelie Bars Pro Outlaw 632, presented by Shameless Racing. To the lanes, please. Tire shake for Mickey. Handress car breaks traction as well past the 60-foot block. Handress goes 5.707 at 83. Mickey coasting goes 8.75.9 at 62.66. Robert Abbott and Raymond Matos coming up now. Matos hanging the tail out here in his 2020 Camaro. 520 cubic inch. Pro-Line centrifugally supercharged car out of Puerto Rico. And Robert Abbott out of Bowling Green, Florida, the 1968 Camaro, formerly a Todd Tutterill campaign car, 521-inch combination. YO Motorsports, Tie Drive, Mr. Wonderful Motorsports, all part of Robert Abbott's program. The bump spot has dropped to a not all that intimidating 882.7, as we are definitely on the backside of this Pro Mod session. I believe we have 4 or 5 pair of cars yet to run before we go into Pro Outlaw 632. Hearing that all the Pro Outlaw 632 cars should be in the staging lanes now, that is good news. Word on the street is 3 pair and a single run to make here in this first Pro Mod session. Todd Tutterill was not happy where Abbott's car was lined up at, so they dragged it way back. Crew guy giving Abbott some instruction as to where he should be putting that baby. Both cars now in pre-stage. Whoa, Abbott's car breaks the tires loose. Matos' car made a ton of wheel speed just past 60 feet, tried to drive itself to the center line. Got out of it just in time to keep himself in his own lane. 5.34.1 at 89 for Raymond. 5.77.8 at 81 miles an hour for Abbott. Stan Shelton still number 1 with Jason Lee right behind him and Chris Thorne right behind him. The first 5 cars all ran 367. It's going to be Bob Glenn and Kurt Stedding coming up next. The P2 Construction Camaro out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so some mop work being done here on the McFarland Racing side of the track. Could hold us up here a moment. Abbott's car leaving us some liquid off the starting line. Going to see some work done here, and then we're going to roll the equipment over that right lane. Very close to closing out the first session of Pro Mod qualifying here at these U.S. Street Nationals. And please clear the starting line as we're rolling equipment out there. We do not need any extra people. So if you're not with a car, you should be away from the starting line or on the outside of the wall. So once the mop job done on the right side, we'll roll the flat drag and the rotator. And then pick it back up again.
For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA.
We drive tech. We drive the industry, going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Derek Brooks, and it takes the city of champions to house a champion. Jerry Arm, the #1 Ram and Jeep dealer in the country with a winning selection of over 500 Ram trucks and Jeeps. So, when you're ready to go bigger, better, and faster than ever before, there's no place like Arm. Drive home a champion. Jerry Arm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the #1 Ram and Jeep dealer in the country, just 2 blocks south of the house that I helped build on Dare Mabry.
Flying A Motorsports, #1 in toter homes and trailers in the USA. We offer an unbeatable selection of new and used race car trailers, stackers, car haulers, toters, and motorhomes. Ready for an upgrade to your current trailer? We accept trade-ins and consignments. We offer nationwide delivery right to your doorstep or factory pickup. Check out our inventory at flyingamotorsports.com. Flying A Motorsports, built on trust since 1988. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA.
in Parrish, Florida's Bob Glenn. Beautiful 1967 Mustang Fastback. Glenn licensed in Pro Modified previous to the Snowbird Outlaw Nationals. Did not compete in the race per se. G-Force built chassis. Obviously, supercharged engine, Resolution Racing Services, meaning the Salemi family working with Bob Glenn on this car. Glenn has experience in a bunch of other categories, so it's not like he's new to drag racing or new to fast cars, but certainly getting himself comfortable still in this Pro Mod. And for Kurt Stedding, consistency, the name of the game. Stedding ran 365 to qualify in the number 8 position in December. So a proven commodity. We have seen this car perform very well, not just in December, but really the last couple of seasons here at Bradenton Motorsports Park. The Noonan Race Engineering Hemi for Kurt Stedding. Driver's door locked down now for Stedding. Well, looking good on both sides here for these two cars as Stedding goes 367.4 at 207 miles an hour in that freshly repaired right lane. Shows you the quality of workmanship out there to get that lane turned around. 9:39.60 foot time, and Kurt Stedding goes to number 2. Bob Glenn, with what I believe is a career best run in that car, goes 376.0 at just shy of 200 miles an hour. So Kurt Stedding now the number 2 qualifier, a thou behind Stan Shelton, bumping Jason Lee back by a single thou to the number 3 spot. Kelly Mills coming up right now. Kaylee heating the tires, and that the gold Camaro, of course, the car that we have seen run. A lot of no-prep style drag races. They're out here testing, of course. Mills family, the signature machines of their racing lineage, the gold Camaros, the Golden Gorilla, of course, Golden Kong. They all have great ape names. And it is Decker on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Mike Decker Jr. And the second of the Decker Salvage Pro Modified cars. Of course, running in no-prep style drag racing, the steel roof and quarters. Big part of that scene, the chassis work on this car done by Larry Jeffers. You can see the difference in wheelbase. You can see the difference in the way the noses of these two cars are. Decker has problems. He is not going to make the run. So Mills will be on a solo. Larry Jeffers out there working with Dwayne Mills on the setup here. So Ms. Mills, who has graced the cover of Drag Illustrated magazine in the past, a solo run. Heard the motor kind of pull down. Car started to drive itself to the left, and Kaylee got out of it immediately. Takes it go to the 8th mile at 8:22.8 at 70 miles an hour. Now it is the second half of the P2 construction team, and that would be Todd Tutterow on one side, and on the other side, Tony the Sandman Williams on the triple off firm side, I believe a former Alanabi car Maybe a car raced by Shannon Jenkins back in the day. Can't remember who particularly ran this particular paint job. As Tutterow, the FTI torque converter P2 Construction sponsored Camaro. So Tony Williams has been around this sport a long time, out of Millington, Tennessee. One of the most famous drag racing photos maybe ever the last 20 years taken of his old black Camaro standing up with almost all four wheels off the ground back in the day. I think it was actually taken at this racetrack. And Todd Tutterow, King Tut over there on the McFarland Racing side. Williams went out and won the Pro Slammer category at the Throwdown at T-Town last spring. And absolutely a quality player here. We know what Todd Tutterow is capable of. We know what Kurt Stedding just did. Stedding weight number 2 at 367.3. What can the team car do? The answer is not a heck of a lot on either side of the racetrack. Couple of launches that will not result in all-star laps times here as Williams goes 795.4 at 50 miles an hour. Tutterow 973.9 at 42. And Tutterow's car going to need what appears to be a push as he slowly makes his way across the top end there. So we're going to be one moment here as we go down and give a push. Jericho Baldoff will be the last, I believe, pro mod of this first qualifying session. And the good news, first turn crew down there is going to be able to hop out and give some grunt to get their car around the corner. And this is Jericho Baldoff. Now, Baldoff was up very early in the session. They went to start the car and a bunch of smoke started pouring out of it. They towed it back to the pits, and they had enough time to get it fixed and turn around and come back up. As the car never started in the first place, they never attempted to stage it. They are able to make a run here. So their hustle has definitely worked in their favor, being able to get to the back of the line before time ran out. So the Batman-themed Chevelle attempting to come into this field, 795 for the bump spot. Saw a lot of good cars unable to make it down this session. From 1 to 17, we go from 367 to 390. Then 18 to 32, we spread way out. Voss Wheelie Bars Pro Outlaw 632, presented by Shameless Racing, will be coming up immediately following Jericho Baldoff. Oh, man, he was on one, except the front tires weren't on the ground, so he couldn't steer it when it started to move right. But Jericho Baldoff had some nice early numbers there. Low 940, 60 foot time, 253 to the 330 split, and then a 423 one at 129, having to lift and shut off as the car was heading right toward the guard wall. So Jericho Baldoff will go in the field. The bump spot will remain in that 7-second bracket, and Stan Shelton will come out of the first qualifying session as the number one qualifier with a couple of race cars breathing right down his neck. And that will move us into Voss Wheelie Bars Pro Outlaw 632. Jason Koger coming up, a 1963 Nova. Koger running a smaller 582 cubic inch combination, which is A-OK to run in the class. I believe you get a little bit of a weight break for going under that 632 mark. Jesse Villari driving the 1953 DeWitt Custom Concrete Corvette that uses all of the allotted 632 cubes of class rules. Quick nitrous purge there for Koger as he adjusts the bottle pressure to get himself ready for his first qualifying attempt. Tire shake and launch on both sides. Koger's car is just very lazy as Villari's car went out there, made some wheel speed. Then the rear tires turned into a Jello mold, 798.3 at 55 miles an hour as Koger goes 741.2 at 94. Mike Oldham and Jordan Enslin next pair up. Enslin, one of the two people running a 1971 Mustang Mach 1 body out here, the other one being Chip King and Pro Modified. Mike Oldham coming up, the 1995 Olds Cutlass. Nice car with the blue and white paintwork on it, Enslin's car. Gear jamming combination in there for Enslin. Oldham making a quick steering adjustment to set himself where he wants to be in the groove, which is justified a little bit right where we've seen some of the cars sit previously. Enslin making a final nitrous purges there. As Oldham will seek out the pre-stage beam and wait for Jordan Enslin. Enslin will be second of stage. Oldham's car pushed to the right toward the center line, but Enslin powers through, goes 422.8, 168.09 miles an hour. A nice opening shot for Enslin. 502.5, 138 for Oldham. And again, the car was moving toward the center of the drag strip, so that was definitely not going to be the quickest way to the finish line as Steve Canizzo come up next, a 1937 Ford. Very unique car over there for Canizzo out of Bradenton, Florida. And Vinny LaRosa out of Rochester, Massachusetts. The Shameless Racing sponsored 71 Duster. Sublime, Sassy Grass Green, the multiple different names used for that color green Mopar had back in the early 1970s. Canizzo drove this car at the Snowbird Outlaw Nationals about a month ago. Looked pretty good in there. He's getting more comfortable by the pass. LaRosa has been chasing the Outlaw 632 Dream for a couple of years now. Not a lot of this style of racing up in the Northeast, so he travels a lot to go compete with this car. LaRosa in the landscaping business up there at home, and they are set to have a monstrous blizzard this weekend, so hopefully he's got somebody making some snow plowing money for him. White gold for the landscaping guys with trucks that have snow plows on them. And LaRosa, that giant kind of mailbox-shaped plexi scoop atop the carburetor. $495.2, $136 for Canizzo. LaRosa goes $499.3 at $144.80. Justin Shago and Tara Thompson coming up right now. It is Thompson, the 2005 S10 truck, the team TNT Racing. And Justin Shago rolling up in the Corvette. Now, Shago's car, as we talked about Oldham, had his car set up to the right side of the groove. Shago's machine is set up a little bit to the left side of that groove. See if that works out to get him off the starting line, make a little wheel speed. And Tara purging the nitrous in the truck. Have watched her progress over the last couple seasons in this pickup truck. So Justin Shago in, as is Tara Thompson. Thompson leads the starting line well, goes 441.1 at 149 miles an hour, clean and mean, straight down the groove. 591.7, 123 for Shago after the car was very lazy to get off the starting blocks. Mike Schmidt backing up his Camaro, the flame job on the front end. Dave Fallon Jr. running Pat Busey power over there in his fourth generation Camaro, a pair of them. And it was Schmidt's car leaving fluid on the drag strip during the burnout, so they have shut the car off. Man, Fallon's car just ripped the tire right off the starting line. And he will motor it to the 8th mile very slowly, but Dave Fallon going nowhere. Mike Schmidt's car, we have a little cleanup work to do here now on the Tripp Law Firm side. Proline Racing Fuel Tech Pro 275 cars have certainly made their way into the lanes once again. Proline Racing Fuel Tech Pro 275. If you've not come into the lanes yet, might as well get that job done.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA. For more than 25 years, ProCharger has made the most powerful, reliable, and advanced supercharger kits on the market. More than 100 national championships in the last 15 years, and thousands of wins at the racetrack, there's only one choice. Best-in-class performance on the street with the broadest product selection available, including 50 state legal systems. ProCharger. Invented, engineered, and built in the USA.
Hi, I'm Hall of Famer Derek Brooks, and it takes the city of champions to house a champion. Jerry Arm, the #1 Ram and Jeep dealer in the country with a winning selection of over 500 Ram